Alright, so here is an tell me past the story where his husband caught his so-called wife basically doing something she was not supposed to. So they're past. I'm a 33-year-old man and my woman's 34, 44. I went to this relationship because I love her. She said that she and her children's father in the relationship, but they communicate because of the children. This woman I started to live together. I had a girlfriend, but I left her for this woman, and this was gonna, and you're gonna see that this is going, this is proved to be a very big mistake. He's going to basically saying, this came back to bite me as a end result. Alright. And she was not repaying rent because the house belongs to her grandparents that live in England, so she'll take care of the house, living there for free. So I started to live there. She told me I could give her $12,000 and I agreed. Then the day the light bill came, it was about 8,000. She told me that I have to give her half. Every time I wanted to have sex with her, she said I had to pay her. So if we had, then this guy is showing that how much of a simp he is. He's basically, the red lights right there are going off, but this guy obviously, as you can see, is a slow learner. So basically, it just show that okay, this woman is stringing you along. Alright, okay, and so on. So I basically said that I went back to his grandma's house because he realized that hey, this woman is taking him for a clone. She called my grandma and told her to put me up because I was cheating on her. My grandpa told her she could not do that. She said that if I wanted to leave, I'd have to do it on my own accord. Pastor, while she was getting money from me, she was basically still seeing her baby father right there. Alright, and then one night when I came home and I saw her baby father, and then he basically he finally, that light bulb in his head finally went off. Alright, and basically the fact that this her baby father's one of his shirts, he basically realized that this woman was basically still still having access to this woman's the car was still parked in her garage, if you get that term. And basically she is basically saying that oh, I want you to come back to me, even though I was basically stringing along, and hopefully from what it's saying that the guy pretty much wised up on his son. Alright. And the thing about that basically is that she was pretty much looking for I'm pretty much can surmise that her and the baby father never broke up. That they just took a break from one another while she said, okay, I need a young simp that can base that I can string along to kind of just put the bill. 'Cause again, this is the schedule rotation phenomenon where she says a baby father for sexual needs and she has a young buck for financial needs. And usually it's the other way around. Usually the young buck is there for the sexual needs, and it's usually the older guys that are there for the financial needs. But when you're a skittle and a fat, you switch things up a little. So that basically was it. Now, was the guy a simp? Yeah, I think what happened is that he basically was dumb enough to leave his girlfriend. I mean, I don't know the state of the relation with the first girlfriend, but I'm pretty sure his ex is probably laughing at him right now. So like he's basically saying you didn't know what you had until you left it, because I'm pretty sure at the back of my mind he's saying that. Should have stayed with my other girlfriend because this woman, older woman, and I'm most likely she probably did it to put probably was good in bed. I mean, very few times that they had, and she was just giving enough of it just to kind of string him along. And man, I says to you, as a man, you need to think with your brain, not with your third legs, more and more. And yeah, is that hard to do as a man? No, yes, sorry, yes, it is. Yeah, I mean, you have a beautiful woman and who's allowing you to put her key in her lock, if you get what I mean. And if you and 9 times out of 10, you're not going to turn that down. Understandable, as a man, I can understand that. But again, I believe just assessing the situation is the smartest thing to do, because the fact that he jumped into this, and that she wanting to pay her rent, and is just basically charging him to for sex, which is like what prostitutes do. That should be an indication what kind of person they are. And now the good thing I give to him is that at least he's smart enough to get out. But the thing about that is that he should have basically have just stayed with that other girlfriend, Me honest, she's on some bullshit too, or just found a better woman. Cause he basically put himself in this situation in a sense. I will give him credit that at least that is when there's when he can rise up. But the fact that matters is he should be saying, "This is my ex girlfriend" at this point. Cause yeah, let the baby father deal with her on her crap. Cause obviously they broke up for a reason. Cause she's on some bullshit and so on. And people like that, you have to leave them alone. And as I said, I pointed before the age difference. I know most people say, okay, the younger females do that crap with the older men. There are some older women who were just as bad or worse than the younger ones, because those are the younger ones who don't move out to the grow to their bad ways, and they become and as they grow up and get up in age, they just become worse with their antics. And let's just be honest, there's some young simps who fall for these manipulative and underhanded cougars. And like I said, the older women who have that bad mindset, they're worse than the younger ones. Cause always the younger ones, there may be a chance that they may grow to that mindset with age, but the ones that don't turn to those older ones I just mentioned. So I had to throw that in there. So this is for State of Jamaica and the Caribbean. Check out my other other YouTube pages, Miles Goose and Fern, Miles Productions, Real Thoughts and Miles. Alright.